Hello, on to week 28 of Premier League matches then. First, let's have a look back on what happened in week 27 of matches. Starting off with my club, Chelsea, against Tottenham. We managed to win 2-1 with Giroud and Alonso on the score sheet. Rudiger in the 89th minute there for Tottenham. And also gave quite a bit more of a summary on the Chelsea versus Bayern Munich game, which happened today in the Champions League. But we lost that one 3-0, so we're out of Europe. So very important to make sure we get back to winning ways in these Premier League games there to get back into the Champions League again for next season. 17-5 shots for Chelsea, 7-3 on target as well too. Crystal Palace got themselves a 1-0 victory over Newcastle. Patrick Van Aanholt in the 44th minute, scoring the only goal of the game. Lazario got sent off wide at the end there for Newcastle in the 95th minute. 8 shots for Crystal Palace, 9-2 on target as well too. Burnley doing pretty well in recent matches, winning yet another one, a 3-0 victory over Bournemouth with Padilla, Rodriguez and McNeil on the score sheet. 16-12 shots for Burnley, 10-4 on target. Sheffield United and Brighton played at a 1-1 draw. The two goals coming within 4 minutes of each other, with Anidia Stevens in the 26th minute and Neil Mopay in the 30th. 13-9 shots and 3-2 on target for Sheffield United. Southampton got a 2-0 win over strugglers Aston Villa. Shane Long and Stuart Armstrong on the score sheets. Absolutely domination on the statistics. 28 shots to 4, 9-1 on target. What the hell happened to Aston Villa on that game? No, they've been struggling and been a bit poor, but usually they've been within games and potentially just missing out on some crucial draws or some late defeats as well too. But this game, Southampton, definitely deserved the victory, you have to say. Manchester City got a 1-0 away victory against Leicester. Gabriel Jesus in the 80th minute, getting the late winner there for Manchester City to have a really good chance of finishing second this season. Not that it makes too much difference if the Champions League ban is still in place for them. 18-10 shots and 7-3 on target as well. Wolves got a 3-0 win over Norwich. Jota with a couple, and Jimenez on the score sheet as well. 19-6 shots and 64 on target for the match. Manchester United with a convincing 3-0 victory over Watford. Fernandes, 42nd minute penalty kick. Anthony Martial in the 58th minute, and Mason Greenwood in the 75th minute. 21-7 shots and 9-2 on target for Manchester United to pick up back-to-back Premier League victories. Pretty weird for them. And as well as Arsenal, back-to-back Premier League victories for them for the first time since August, would you believe? They started off not too good, as Calvin Lewin scored in the very first minute. But turning things around with Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang, who managed to score a couple of goals, with Carlson in there as well too for Everton. And Everton did have a whole bunch of chances in the game. 17-9 shots for Everton actually, and 5-4 on target. And definitely did look like they were somehow going to get a 3-3 draw right near the end of the match, as I saw the second half of this game. But it would have been a lot better to watch the first half, as I tuned in after all the goals actually were scored in the match. So yeah, that wasn't too good. Liverpool, though, a 3-2 win over West Ham. I watched this game on the replay there, and looked like West Ham possibly might get the major upsets and finally stop Liverpool's winning streak in the Premier League. But at the back of my mind, I was just saying Liverpool's going to win somehow. Because they just somehow always able to overcome their challenges, and they did so again. Ronaldo in the 9th minute for Liverpool managing to score first, and then a die-up in the 12th minute for West Ham. It's a good celebration moment anyway, as Liverpool usually keep a whole bunch of clean sheets in recent times. And for Niles in the 54th minute actually gave West Ham the lead. But Salah in the 68th minute and Mane in the 81st minute, as the West Ham keeper made some really bad mistakes that ultimately cost his team in the end. 25-7 shot for Liverpool and 7-4 on target for them as well. And how I managed to get on with those predictions, I managed to get just the 4 correct out of 10 games, but got the Chelsea 2-1 victory over Tottenham spot on. I got Burnley to beat Bournemouth correct, Manchester City to beat Leicester, as well as Liverpool's victory over West Ham. The other matches, I went for a draw between Southampton and Aston Villa, but Southampton domination. I went for Wolves and Norwich to be a draw there, but Wolves got the victory over the strugglers Norwich. Went for a draw between Manchester United and Watford, but they managed to turn up for this game. Went for a draw between Arsenal and Everton, but Arsenal just did enough to hold on to end up winning. And there was no other score predictions on the head-to-head record between you and the viewers there, so I managed to, of course, win this lot of matches predictions. But Gatman did mention how Wolves are looking like that we will deal this season. Currently in 8th place and have qualified for the 1/16 of the Europa League there as they got a 4-0 victory over Espanyol, so they're definitely going to get through that tie before they play the upcoming match there. It'll be really interesting to see who makes the Champions League, who makes the Europa League this season, as it's really tight from 4th down to 11th or so. So here we are on to week 28 of matches, just the 8 games this time around, with the Aston Villa Sheffield United game and the Manchester City Arsenal game being postponed because of the League Cup final between Manchester City and Aston Villa coming up this weekend as well too. So starting off with Norwich against Leicester, all-time record, 23 victories for Leicester, 21 wins for Norwich and 13 draws. Last 4 games has seen Leicester winning 3 and drawing 1 game. Odds for this match, $4.20 for Norwich, $3.75 for the draw, and $1.67 for Leicester. On the table, Norwich in big trouble there. Last spots, just the 1 victory, 1 draw in their past 5 games. Massive 7 points away from safety with the 11 games left to go. So you have to say Norwich are definitely going to go down, or most likely to do so. They have to pull off a miracle to not go down. And for Leicester in 3rd place there, 1 win, 2 draws, 2 defeats in their past 5 games. Not in good form at all. So that's why I'm going to go for Norwich to again. Going to back Norwich here to get stomach out of the game. Just going to go for a draw for them. And ultimately, they really need to win these type of matches to give themselves somewhat of a chance to make a great escape. Going to go for a 1-1 draw here, which won't help either club really in their pursuits for safety and the Champions League for Leicester. The next game is Brighton against Crystal Palace. 40 wins for Brighton, 36 wins for Crystal Palace, and 26 draws. Brighton 3 wins and 2 draws in the past 6 matches. Odds for this game, $2 for Brighton, $3.20 for the draw, $3.75 for Crystal Palace. On the table currently, Brighton find themselves in 15th, 4 draws and 1 defeat in their past 5 games. While for Crystal Palace, they were 13th, 1 victory, 1 draw, 3 defeats for them in their past 5 games. Got a 5-point lead over Brighton in the table at the moment. For this game here, going to go for Brighton, the home side, to get the victory. Going to go for a 2-1 scoreline for this match here. The next game is a big game. It's between Bournemouth and my club, Chelsea. 11 wins for Chelsea, 5 wins for Bournemouth, and no draws. We've never drawn against each other before, so let's not start now. The last 2, Chelsea, ended up losing 1-0 and 4-0, and 3 losses in the past 5, including a 3-0 loss back a few games as well too. and 5 clean sheets in a row for both sides included there. So, bit of a bogey match for us. And the odds for this game are 4.50 for Bournemouth, 3.75 for the draw, and $1.67 for Chelsea. And on the table currently, Bournemouth in 16th place, 2 wins, 3 defeats for them in the past 5 games, as they'll be trying to avoid relegation the other season, just the 2 points clear of West Ham, who's currently occupying that 18th spot. And for Chelsea, it's been a bit up and down as of late there. 4th place, they're still managing to hold on to 1 victory and 2 draws in the past 5 games. Got a 3-point lead over Manchester United in 5th place. But they can't afford too many more slip-ups, otherwise we can easily drop down the league there, not only to lose a potential Champions League spot for next season, but even a Europa League spot as well too, if we're not careful. So, of course, going to back my side Chelsea to get the victory here, but don't be surprised if Bournemouth somehow pull off the victory, because it's a bit of a bogey match for us. But let's be positive and go for a 3-1 Chelsea victory for this game here. The next match is between Newcastle and Burnley. 43 wins for Burnley, 43 wins for Newcastle, and 20 draws. Newcastle 2 wins and 3 draws in the past 7 matches. Odds for this game at $2.40 for Newcastle, $3 for the draw, and $2.88 for Burnley. On the table currently, Newcastle on themselves in 14th. 1 win and 2 draws for them in the past 5 games. While for Burnley in 10th place, 4 wins and a draw for them in the past 5 matches. So they're in pretty amazing form there. If you're just looking at the last 5 games there, just Liverpool is the only team that's in better form than Burnley. But for this game here, head-to-head records is dead even, and got to go for a 2-2 draw for this match here to get it nice and exciting. Next match is between West Ham and Southampton. 78 wins for West Ham, 50 wins for Southampton, 46 draws. West Ham winning the past 4 matches. Odds for this game, $2.60 for West Ham, $3.50 for the draw, and $2.40 for Southampton. On the table currently, West Ham find themselves in 18th. 4 defeats and a draw for them in the past 5 games. The wooing somewhat missed opportunity in the game against Liverpool last. But if they can keep up that performance, then they'll surely get some points to get to relief from that relegation zone, because they don't deserve to be there, considering how much of a big club they are with their brand new stadium as well too. It's such a shame if they end up going down. Well, for Southampton, they're in 12th place now, 2 wins, 3 defeats for them in the past 5 games. Going to go for West Ham to get the victory here, and a much needed victory as well too. A 1-0 win for West Ham is my prediction for this match. The next game is Watford and Liverpool. 24 wins for Liverpool, 5 wins for Watford, and 4 draws. Liverpool 7 wins and a draw in their past 8 matches. Odds for this game at $6.50 for Watford, $4.50 for the draw, and $1.40 for Liverpool. And Liverpool 18 wins in a row in the Premier League there. What else can you really say? But perfect season. 26 wins, 1 draw, no defeats, 79 points, a 22-point lead over Manchester City, and it's only 4 or 5 games away from officially winning the Premier League title as well too. So round of applause for Liverpool for such a great season. And for Watford's, they were in 19th place there, winless in the past 5 games, 2 draws, 3 defeats for them. So another struggling team, the West Ham Watfords, back-to-back matches for Liverpool. So you have to say, should be a very comfortable victory for Liverpool, even though they've been making a bit hard work for themselves in recent times. But this could be for the record amount of wins in the Premier League, as they currently got 18, tied with Manchester City's record. This would be for 19, half of the Premier League season. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory for Liverpool here. Next match is Everton and Manchester United. 88 wins for Manchester United, 70 wins for Everton, and 44 draws. 6 wins and 3 draws in the past 10 games for Manchester United. They did somehow lose 4-0 to Everton last time they played at Goodison Park, so they don't want to repeat performance of that. $2.40 for Everton, $3.30 for the draw, $2.70 for Manchester United. So definitely going to be a tough match for both clubs here. Everton are in 11th, 2 wins, 2 draws for them in the past 5 games. 5 points behind Manchester United, who are in 5th place, 2 wins and a draw for them in the past 5 matches. Possibly Manchester United might have turned a little bit of a corner there with Bruno Fernandes on the score sheet in their last game against Watford. They also got a match against Club Brugge at home, which you have to say they've definitely been able to win that game against the Belgium sides. Got a whole separate video on that game as well too for my club series, so you might want to check that one as well too if you're interested. So I'm going to back Manchester United to get 3 Premier League victories in a row there. So that'd be pretty amazing stuff for them, and keep them very close behind my club at Chelsea there. So you have to be careful. You have to win our match because Manchester United are catching up. Going to go for a 2-1 win for Manchester United. And the last game is between Tottenham and Wolves. 48 wins for Tottenham, 28 victories for Wolves, and 20 draws. Tottenham 4 wins and 2 draws in the past 7 games. Odds for this match: $2.30 for Tottenham, $3.10 for the draw, and $3.10 for Wolves. On the table currently, Tottenham are in 6th place, 3 wins and a draw in the past 5 games. For Wolves, they are in 8th place, 2 wins, 2 draws in the past 5 games. Only 1 single point behind Tottenham there. So it'd be a good opportunity for them to overtake them, and really lots of different table positions could alter this week with a few top matches, especially Everton, Manchester United, Tottenham Wolves game. There's definitely a couple of matches to watch out for. So for this game here, Wolves are a team that's been drawing a lot the other season. So going to go for another one here. 1-1 draw is my prediction to conclude week 28 in the Premier League season. Feel free to put your own thoughts and predictions down below there so we can compare how I get on and how you get on for the next lot of matches there. See if you can beat me. And also feel free to check out my other European predictions that I also do. Got the Scottish Premiership, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, Liga 1, and also have done some Australian A-League predictions as well too, if you're interested. And of course, got 4 club series journeys. You might want to check those videos out. Some a bit different than other people do. And a few other cup competitions and some Olympic videos as well too. So lots of different videos for you to pick and choose from. Otherwise, if you're just interested in the Premier League there, we're back again for week 29 of predictions. But until then, thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you for watching.